Welcome to today's video. Patricia Heaton, a three-time Emmy Award winner, is everybody's favorite mum. The American actress rose to fame playing Debra Barone on the popular sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond. 4 years later she was back on television in a similar role as Francis Frankie Heck in the middle. In between she's added a host of films, television movies, and documentaries to her acting credits. After years of struggling in show business, the star of ABC's The Middle was nearly convinced she was a failure. According to an interview with Oprah, when she was 31, she was living in the back room of a family friend's house because the $200 rent was all she could afford. She had spent 9 years auditioning, taking acting lessons, and searching for an agent, but she was getting nowhere. She'd been acting for as long as she could remember. As a child, she would put on shows in her neighborhood with friends and perform Barbra Streisand songs for her classmates. Acting had always been her identity, so when her career wasn't panning out, she felt worthless. She couldn't figure out her place in the world and was terrified to admit to her family and herself that she might fail. "I have always believed that when you're feeling sorry for yourself, the best thing to do is help someone else. So when I saw a flyer at my church for a 4-day volunteer project at an orphanage in a Mexican border town, I signed up," she told Oprah. As soon as she arrived in Tech 8, she felt cut off from the rest of the world. There were no phones or televisions, none of the little luxuries she was used to. A dozen volunteers were there to lay grass on the orphanage grounds and repair a broken sewage pipe. They tilled the sun-baked soil in blazing heat. Her hands became blistered from the hose wood handle. She'd never worked so hard in her life. At night she slept in a child-size bunk bed inside a one-room shack. The kids at the orphanage didn't speak English, and she didn't speak any Spanish, but they still managed to connect. They'd play hide-and-seek or just giggle. They broke a pinata together. She remembers one girl who was probably 6. Her hair was messy and full of dust. She loved kicking a soccer ball. She would follow her around, and she was drawn to her, too, because she had this wild, magnetic energy. When she returned home, she felt relaxed and whole, like her spirit had gotten a massage. She realized that a life spent serving others would be just as fulfilling as acting. She knelt down in her bedroom and prayed, "God, if you want me to go in a different direction, just show me. I will follow." Her belief that she couldn't hold her head up if she wasn't a famous actor had been paralyzing her. Every audition had felt so weighted. Before each one she would think, "I'm too fat. I'm wearing the wrong thing. What will I do if I don't get this part?" But after her time in Mexico, all of that negativity and second-guessing disappeared. She went to auditions confident, and she performed with joy. Soon enough, her career started picking up. 2 months after her trip, she landed her first big role, in the TV series 30-something. After 9 years of struggle, success finally came to her once she stopped worrying so much about finding it. This video shares 10 things you need to know about Patricia Heaton. Subscribe to this channel for this and more. 1. Heaton made her acting debut in a gospel musical. Before her days on the small screen, Heaton was a Broadway star. Her first role was in the musical Don't Get God Started, as reported by IMDb biography. She then founded the Stage 3 acting company with some of her fellow students. The group performed off-Broadway, taking their production The Johnstown Vindicator to Los Angeles, which is where she was discovered by Hollywood casting directors. 2. She's pro-life. Heaton has been a firm pro-life advocate throughout her career. In 2006 the New York Times reported that Heaton had been vocal in opposing abortion, euthanasia, the death penalty, and stem cell research. In fact, she's even an honorary chair of the organization Feminists for Life. The non-profit supports pro-life causes and opposes embryonic stem cell research and abortion based on feminism. 3. She is the producer of her own Food Network series. Patricia Heaton Parties first aired in October 2015 and quickly became a Food Network favorite. Heaton hosts the series in her home, sharing recipes and entertainment tips inspired by her family and her travels, but According to the Food Network's website, she's also the show's executive producer. The show earned Heaton a Daytime Emmy Award in 2016 for an outstanding culinary program. 4. She hates Frankie Heck's poor fashion sense. Heaton has been playing Frankie for 8 seasons on The Middle. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Heaton told the publication that while she knows the sitcom's ending will be emotional, she's not sorry to finally say goodbye to Frankie's bad style. "I only got into this business because of the glamour. And not only have I been playing a mom for 18 years, but they're not glamorous," she says. 5. Heaton is an outspoken Christian. CBN News reported that Heaton's Twitter feed is full of posts professing her love for Christ and the Church. Besides often retweeting messages of faith, she also shares her own experiences along with inspirational passages. She told Christianity Today that she credits God for her success. "You have to be really good at what you do. You have to show up and do your best, but the rest is up to God," she said. According to The Blaze, the cheap way that Christians are often portrayed in media, she believes, creates fear among some in Hollywood when it comes to opening up about their faith. 6. Popovers are her weakness. Patricia loves these light and airy roles so much, it's become her favorite thing to make when people come over. 7. She co-owns a restaurant. Patricia is part owner of Vento, an Italian bistro in her hometown of Bay Village, Ohio. Its doors officially opened in 2009. 8. In addition to acting, she sings and she writes, too. In 2002, Patricia published her memoir, Motherhood and Hollywood: How to Get a Job Like Mine. Along with acting, Patricia caught the singing bug at an early age. She sang in her high school choir and played in the marching band. She often sings at charities. 9. Patricia Heaton's net worth is approximated at $40 million. She is known for portraying Debra Barone on the CBS sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond, for which she won 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, for her role with Kelsey Grammer in the Fox comedy series Back to You, and as Frances Frankie Heck on the ABC sitcom The Middle. Soon after graduation from Ohio State University in 1980, Heaton moved to New York to pursue an acting career. She made her Broadway debut in the gospel musical Don't Get God Started. After she co-founded the Stage 3 acting company, she was discovered by casting directors in Los Angeles while performing in a production of the Johnstown Vindicator. She was subsequently cast as the producer, daughter in the television series Room for Two in 1992. Heaton won an Emmy for leading actress in a comedy series for her performance in the 1999 season of Everybody Loves Raymond. During her acting career she has appeared in several television ads as well. Her various film credits started with Shattered Dreams in 1990. She then went on to perform In Front of the Class and The Engagement Ring. Other feature films she appeared in include The Path to 9/11, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, The New Age, Space Jam and The Beethoven. 10. According to The Blaze, Heaton isn't sure if she's paid a professional price for her Christianity, because those who haven't hired her would never admit if her faith was the reason why. But considering her Emmy Award-winning performance as Debra Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond and the role as Frankie Heck on The Middle, Heaton doesn't seem to be too bogged down when it comes to success. Thank you for watching.